that's fair?
I think
If you
it
had an
applies to
petition,
Republican initiative petitions and Democrat initiative petitions.
but do you think that's right, though?
Partisan and nonpartisan. I
Do you
do
think
think it's
that's
right.
right?
That's why I'm saying
Do you
it.
think that's right? If something passed by, say, thousands of votes in every district, 10,000, 15,000, but in one district, it failed by one vote, not over 50%. Do you think that, and it should fail, do you think that's right?
Yes,
You think that's right?
I do.
Gentlemen, here's what I want you to do. I want you, not only in committee, but on the House floor, to acknowledge what this bill is. Because this bill is killing the initiative petition process. And one thing, I just want everyone to be intellectually honest here.
If you wanted to kill the initiative petition process, you could do that.
You do it by this, this is how you do it, gentlemen.
At least 5 initiative
This is how you
petitions
do it.
would have passed this
This is how you do it.
threshold in the last 20 years.
Gentlemen, we know that most of the initiative petitions are not going to pass if they have to pass by a
That's
majority
true.
of the 8.
That is true.
And
Most
so-
would not.
Yeah.
You are right. Most constitutional changes shouldn't be made. We shouldn't enshrine 39 pages of recreational marijuana into the Constitution. We
Because
shouldn't.
we care about the Constitution and it's sacred. The Missouri Constitution.
Absolutely.
It is sacred. We know what this is about.
Sacred isn't really the right word, but yes.
What
We
is the
believe
right- what
it's
is the
we
right
hold
word?
it to a higher standard.
We hold it to a higher standard.
That's
We want to
fine.
follow what the Constitution
Yeah.
says. I want us to be honest about what we're doing here today, in committee and on the floor. And we hear bills all the time where we say we're reform and amendment, but at the end of the day, we're trying to kill it. We're trying to silence Missouri voters, and you know that. And I wish we would let's just do away with it. Let's just have a bill that does away with it and it's on the table, as opposed to saying 8 out of the 8 congressional districts and then loading it in the middle of a bunch of ballot candy to confuse people. Gentlemen, I just want to make a comment. I'll wrap up here because we've talked a while. Last night I was thinking about, what do I say at this committee? What do I say with this bill? And I had trouble even thinking about where to even start with this. We heard earlier that this is coupled with redistricting. I think that's true. This bill, it's not just this bill in a vacuum. We're hearing this bill in a special session, and unless you're a moron, you know it has to do with the redistricting piece. These things go together. It's not a coincidence we're hearing this today. It's not a coincidence we're hearing this with a special session. This bill, the redistricting bill, if you're a building inspector and you walked in to see something like this, and this was a building, I think the only thing you could say is it's rotten on every level. This whole special session, gentlemen, is insidious. Because as I mentioned, it's not just about the initiative petition process, it's about redistricting, what's going on over there. The two go hand in hand.
When I did the initiative petition bill before, we weren't in a special session.
But we're doing it now with the redistricting for
When
a
I
reason.
did it the year before.
Why
it wasn't
we,
the year
we,
before.
we're,
It's not-
we're having
it's
initiative
not-
petition
they're
special
not linked
sessions.
as far as I'm
You don't
concerned.
think
The
these
two are
two
not
are
linked.
linked, gentlemen?
No.
You don't think these two are linked? I don't believe that.
They are not linked.
Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You don't believe that. No one in this room believes that.
I don't.
You know what it's about? This is what it's about. And we know this is what it's about. Okay, this is why we're here today. This is about Donald Trump trying to keep control of the House. He does not want to lose control of the House.
And the
Okay?
initiative petition is
And
somehow
yes.
going to keep Donald Trump.
And here's how it works. Here's how it works. And I know you're a smart man, and I know you've thought this through. I would hope so. He wants to keep control of the House. So what does he do? He leans on state legislatures, Texas, now it's Missouri, to redistrict. And then to cap it off, a nice little end cap, now we're going to kill the initiative petition process, so no, the voters can't go back and undo the damage is what's happening across the hall. That's what's happening. We're going to redistrict. We're going to redistrict so Trump can keep control of the House. That's why we're here. That's why this special session is here, for redistricting, so Donald Trump can keep control of the House. That's what this is about. And if you don't think that's true, and he's not calling your colleagues or you, someone here is lying or they're extremely ignorant. That's the purposes. And then we're going to tack on, conveniently, a special session about redistricting or about the initiative petition process, so the voters can't go back and say, we're going to undo the damage you're doing to the Missouri Constitution to make sure this doesn't happen again. The redistricting is illegal. You care about the Constitution. Article 3, Section 45 of the Missouri Constitution says redistricting is illegal. Where's all the constitutional purists then?
I'm not talking about this bill.
No, we're not going to play the game that this isn't related. You know it's related. We all know this is related, gentlemen. We all know this is related.
It wasn't as far as I was concerned. I was really
Did Donald Trump
happy
call you?
Yeah, you know, I wish. It'd be fun to get a call from the president.
Did any of his team call you?
No.
No? Did they call some of your colleagues?
I have no idea whether they called any of my colleagues. I think
You have no
that-
idea?
I don't have any idea. I really don't.
None of your colleagues said, hey, we got a call from the White House?
Not a single colleague of mine has called me or told me, hey, I got a call from Donald Trump.
So you, as far as you know, you don't know at all?
I do not know at all if any of my colleagues in the House have been talking to
Do you
Donald
think, do
Trump.
you think it's probable that they got a call?
I doubt it.
So you don't think that they're getting phone calls, gentlemen?
Representative,
call
can
from
we
Donald Trump?
kind of
All right.
wrap this
All
up?
right, I'm going to wrap
please?
it up, but
Please.
I'll end it with this. This is my final thought. You know, gentlemen, I'm disgusted and I'm angry. And I feel sick for the citizens. They're losing a congressional seat to appease this oppressive dictator. And I'm sick for the citizens who are losing their initiative petition process and the way we're doing it. And we're embedding it in ballot candy. This is wrong. It's insidious. And frankly, gentlemen, it's sickening.